Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Monday, August 20th, 1883. We saw Sri Ramakrishna sitting on his bed inside the mosquito net, meditating. It was about 8 o'clock in the evening. M was sitting on the floor with his friend Hari Babu. Hari, a young man of 28, had lost his wife about 11 years before and had not married a second time. He was much devoted to his parents, brothers and sisters. Common things we see in our life. That is a kind of suffering. We come together, we part. What we don't want goes on happening. What we want also we often get. But what we get as sukha will not be there in my memory. What comes as dukkha will remain deep within ourselves. And this suffering, constant suffering, man wants in and through all his efforts and activities, he is seeking one thing in his life, happiness. I want to be happy, I want to be happy. The second thing he is searching for is peace. I want peace. For these two things, he does so many things in this world, runs from one place to another. Whatever he does, he never gets what he wants, because what he is searching for is not there in the outside world. It is in the inner world. He has to just maintain the external world to the level he needs his life to continue. The rest is his expansion of heart to be able to love all beings in this world. All humans, his heart must expand, because unless you are one with nature, you cannot transcend nature. If there is any kind of raga dvesha in this world, you cannot reach God. So when you are in neuter, neither raga nor dvesha, no attachment, no aversions, no likes, no dislikes, you come to the neutral, then your heart expands. You are one with nature. When you are one with nature, you transcend and go beyond to everlasting peace and bliss. You are free to turn inward. If slightest raga, dvesha and ahankara are there, then you are caught in the world. You cannot turn inward, you cannot meditate, you cannot go inward. You cannot transcend the nature and go. You are caught in the trap of the world. You are caught in the prison house of the nature. So, only thing is just attend to the duties of life in minimum way, without escaping, finish off all the duties, but don't fall into the karmic cycle by keeping raga dvesha. And then expand your heart to love all, loving all, serving all, make you one with nature. This is two aspects of life. One is seeing God in nature and seeing God within yourself. And this alone will make you happy. Happiness is there, not there. That is why the two divisions are there, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. According to dharma, you earn. According to earning, you enjoy and fulfill the needs of your life. Nothing more. And what the whole of this dharma, artha, kama is for the sake of moksha. Moksha is where you are free from laws of nature. Moksha means not you are going to end up your existence. You are going to get back your lost existence, lost identity. You have lost your real identity. You are identified with the body and sitting as a Jivatman. That is not your nature at all. You are Chaitanya. You are Atman. You are identified with body and sitting in the prison house. So leave that and know yourself. Then only you will be eternally happy. You will be your boundless happiness. You are in the ocean of happiness alone. Peace, bliss, love, absolute, the ultimate you are going to get. You search within, and this is what the whole essence of Hinduism. And now Sri Ramakrishna, these people are trying to know that suffering is making him. He was devoted to his parents, brothers and sisters. Hazra was living at Dakshineshwar. Rakha lived with master. Though now and then he stayed at others' house. Narendra, Bhavnath, other M. Ram, Manmohan and other devotees visited master almost every week. Hriday, Sri Ramakrishna's nephew, was ill in his home, in his home in the country, that is in village where he belongs to. The master was worried about him. One of the devotees had sent him a little money, but master did not know it. Sri Ramakrishna came out of the mosquito net and sat on the small couch. The devotees saluted him. Master to him, I was meditating inside the net. It occurred to me that meditation, after all, was nothing but imagining a form, and so I did not enjoy it. One gets satisfaction if God reveals himself in flesh. Again, I said to myself, who is it that meditates? On whom does he meditate? Yes, sir. You said that God himself has become everything, the universe and all living beings. Even he who meditates is God. Master, what is more? One cannot meditate unless God wills it. One can meditate when God makes it possible for one to do so. What do you say? True, sir. You feel like that because there is no I in you. When there is no ego, one feels like that. See the whole conversation. Master was meditating in the mosquito net. Then he is assuming the way in which the normal person enters the meditation. Now, you see, we are asked sometimes to behave exactly like a normal human. Krishna asks Arjuna, yes, to be full of wisdom, but those who are in the worldly world attached to work and activities, show them how to being a man of wisdom, you show them as if you are also bound like them and working with them. Show them how to work there. Because those who are normal people will follow who is advanced and great, Shrestha. There he says, Na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshaye sarva karmani vidvan yukta samacharan. You are be a vidwan, knowing of the truth. Vidvan yukta samacharan. How to do work, how to sit, how to meditate, how to attend classes, everything. Like an ordinary person, how to do worship. Do and show. You don't need it. A teacher, I saw recently sitar teaching, a teacher. She wants to teach in the Guru Shishya Parampara. And she is master of the sitar. She says, you practice with me and I will practice with you. And you play with me. And same thing she is repeating for each stroke she is repeating five minutes. Just like a practitioner is doing. All strokes. Dara dire dire, dara dire dire. Whole sarigama. I was surprised. Teachers teach, but they don't sit with the disciple and practice with them. How to meditate, people will show. How to sit and meditate. Meditate with me, I am going to sit with you. This practice, Riyaz, she says Riyaz. Guru Shishya Parampara Riyaz we shall make. She sits with the disciple as disciple and makes the practices. Practice with me, practice with me. Continuously. This aspect of sadhana. So Sri Ramakrishna is assuming that he is becoming a person who is normally thinking. I had martial art in army attachment course. After the course was over, it was 3.5 months course. It was intense course in a forest area of army training. And after the martial art was taught, we were coming on the last day while coming out. The one who taught, the colonel, called me and took me to his cabin. Cabin is tent. The whole thing is tent in a forest. And I went there, putting his hand on my shoulders. He said, I have taught you now martial art. With this you can kill any person. And mind you, I have given this not for killing anyone. I have given you not for your self-protection. I have given this to protect the nation, to protect those who are in danger, those who are in helpless condition. If anybody attacks you, don't use any of the techniques I have taught you. You fight as an ordinary person. Because this knowledge is precious and it is not given to harm anybody for anything, even for your own defense. It is for the world. It is for others. I was stunned. When I was learning, I never had the thought, it is for the others I am learning. It is for nation, I never thought. But when you told, I had nothing to say except falling at his feet. This is Hindu culture. This is Hinduism. There you see, you know how to kill others, but not to kill others. And this, how you have to be like an ordinary man fighting with his strength. This is how the Thakur is teaching others. When I sit for meditation, what happens is everything becomes an imagination. Imagination cannot lead us to the reality, realization. It looks like that. But imagination of the real leads us to the real. Imagination of the unreal leads us to unreal. Suppose I go on sitting and thinking how would be the horns of a rabbit or flowers of the sky, it will never become true. Because the rabbit will never have a horn, will never grow, nor the flowers hang from the sky. But if you think of the real, I want to go to Kailas Manasarovar. People have gone, I have to go. One day you will see that you are landed there. Because imagination of the real leads you to the real. So here Sri Ramakrishna is bringing that understanding. It occurred to me that meditation after all was nothing but imagining of a form. And so I did not enjoy. I am seeing from my side. Now Thakur knows the other side also. I may be imagining a form, but God is unlimited. That particular form He can appear. But He wants something more. I did not enjoy it. One gets satisfaction if God reveals Himself in flesh. I want to touch Him. I want to talk to Him. I want to sit by His side. Is it possible? Yes. This is realization. God manifests in the way you want, not as He is. We can never know what He is, but He is not limited. Anything that is limited cannot be God. So God is unlimited. If you want Him to come in the form of a dog, He comes in the form of dog. If you want Him to come in the form of an angel, He comes in the form of angel. If you want a particular form, He appears in that particular form. So He doesn't have limitation. But I want that flesh and blood. Yes, He comes in the flesh and blood. You may not be aware of your own bodily existence. You touch, that's what Sri Ramakrishna said. You can talk to Him, you can realize Him, talk to Him, touch Him, play with Him. Others may not be able to see. All saints have passed through this realization. Again, I said to myself, he is still going one step ahead. Who is it that meditates, and on whom does he meditate? Who is the meditator? Who is meditating? All is one reality. One has become many and appearing as many. All this is one appearing as many. Just like the white light that passes through a prism manifests as 7 colors. One has become so many colors, and colors multiply in combination, and you look at the world. How many types of colors you see in this world? Varieties of colors. One white light has become so many aspects of life. So here we see one has become many. There is one. The meditator and meditated upon are the same. We saw one of the disciples one of when we were in training center, Nirvanananji Maharaj, he was the vice president of Mutt and Mission. We had the great opportunity to see him. He was blessed by Brahmananda that you will realize God in this, you will become Brahmajnani in this life. So I could see him. One day he's not taking food, he's just blank. Everybody, the services, sevak and all people are forcing him. Maharaj, please eat, please eat. He just looks at the food. He becomes blank. Then they went to the General Secretary Maharaj. Maharaj also came. Satyakrishna Maharaj was the news went to the President Maharaj, and doctors came to see what has happened. They too could not find. They said, we'll see till tomorrow morning, and went away. Late in the evening when conch was blown, slowly his awareness came to the normal awareness. Then he started telling, I'm hungry, why have you not given me food? So many times food was given, brought and taken back. New food was brought again and again. But he did not eat. Then he started eating. Then I asked, Maharaj, from morning you have not taken food. Then he said, I was seeing one. Who will eat whom? Ke kishe khabe? Who will eat whom? That when he's seeing one Brahman everywhere, I am also Brahman, Anna Brahma, I am also Brahma, the world is Brahma. One, when you see one, who will eat whom? That question comes. So Sri Ramakrishna goes to that extent of seeing one ultimately. He says, then I thought, again I said to myself, who is that meditates? On whom does he meditate? Yes, sir. You said God himself has become everything. The universe and all living beings. Even he who meditates is God. Master, what is more? One cannot meditate unless God wills. How, to what highest level he goes, and how he comes down to the lowest level of taking present step now. He shows the whole this one and comes back, and now you keep the first rung of the ladder. So many steps to go. You keep your first step. He shows all the steps and comes down to say, surrender. Surrender to God. What is more? One cannot meditate unless God wills it. If God is not willing, you cannot do. Try. You can't enter into meditation. One can meditate when God makes it possible for one to do. What do you say? See, I am making all my efforts to make people enter within. Whomever I see, whomever I come across in the world, in west or east or anywhere I go, I give all the information, all the backing, all that is necessary so that they will turn inward and take the inward journey. But finally I convince myself, God must will, they must surrender. Otherwise there is no way. One can meditate when God makes it possible. What do you say? True, sir. You feel like that because there is no I in you. When there is no ego, one feels like that. God has to make me do. God has to make anybody who wants to meditate, God must make. Without His will, nothing will happen. Because He doesn't have ego. Uh, he is seeing in a different perspective. M is seeing in a different perspective. That because of lack of ego, he is telling that God has to do. But actually, he is telling out of jnana, not of because of absence of ego. Master. But it is good to have a trace of ego, which makes it possible for a man to feel that he is servant of God. Again comes to that servant, again comes to that surrender. As long as man thinks that it is he who is doing his duties, it is good for him to feel God is the master and he is God's servant. When one is conscious of doing work, one should establish with God the relationship of servant and master. See, when we are in the world and bound and discharging our duties and responsibilities without attachment also, we have to keep that I am a servant of God. Who is there? I am doing. I am a servant. I am doing it for God. Whatever I am doing is good, doing for God. It's a worship to Him. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.